How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Welcome to Biomutant. If you have plans, better start before it's total dark. Thinks if you need Wiz, you should look for the Surge Surf factory. He's usually there. Go get on it and run fast as you can. You run like the wind. Dawn must be coming soon, because it's awfully dark right now. Getting jacked. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. Hey, there's some e-waste. It's Bionucleus 6D. Hopefully there's nothing active inside. Heroes make for the best stories. It's up to you if you want to be one. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous. Look, it's a nozzle triplex. These time-pasts are still quite common. It's a mechanica that can flux hollow metal to set fluids or gas in motion. That's a good find. It's time to create your own path. Glad you're working with out-of-date. No one else knows how to fight the world eaters like him. Hopes to see you again soon. Scrap's great for building things. The scrap keeps piling up. It's the chug yard. Nothing simple. It's locked. History is nothing but a series of stories. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomper Bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Dawn's a bit easier on the eyes. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Let's see. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Beat out that spark before it starts.
It was so young, so fragile. It had so much to give.
Better to take it down now while you still can.
Fire catches. Eventually.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue colour, that is. You'll get another chance to shout someday. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Focus on the tightrope. Ooh-wee, that's biohazard. Your head is still spinning. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. It's a little feisty and tough critter, a perfect fit for a live ammunition, if you ask him. This Mekton is much more graceful than it looks. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. Days are scarce. Don't waste them. Enough of that. Let's see. The world needs a shower sometimes too. The village of Blubbermud, which is maybe as messy as it sounds. Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Says the place hasn't been doing as much business lately, so there's plenty for you to choose from. Says you look too old to be collecting toys. Understands you have other places you need. Try not to get turned around in the dark. That's hard to come by. This won't end well. It'll end fantastic! Breathe. Keep breathing. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Potser immo diava.
Let's see. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Says he's a monster haunter. The best you'll ever see. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies. Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones. Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Tudo, Baba.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Cherry la fia.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Tudo, Baba.
Says he's not sure, but if you're going to haunt something, it seems a waste not to eat it.
Kuali.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster haunter.
Und Lumfaubsor.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Baba Zulu.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later.
Ahai arin kashumai.
Moog says you should go... Go stretch those clonky Mekton legs. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. The darkness is done for now. Idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Amazed the net worked. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. A piece of work cut out for you. So much better than legging it. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. It's already quite sturdy, but upgrading it will greatly improve your chances of victory. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You need to help Gizmo defeat the Jumbo Puff before it destroys the West Route. Says all life is linked to the Tree of Life. So, says you covered the important things already. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says a savior wouldn't bother with saving the unsavable. Wonders what kind of good you'll get up to today. Says talking to you was interesting. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Hopes to see you again soon. all the health. You seem to be getting the hang of it. Imagine. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Time to do it on your own. Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening. Stomping time. There are breaks if you want them. Wow, lucky. Finders keepers. Winners get to keep moving. Fists of fury. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Flying fists. Oh, yeah. You might want to fall back. It really is a different world underground. Nothing beats your own 2 feet. no way to avoid the wet. The rain can't last forever, right? The birds don't have enough flaps to fly. Stand up on your own 2 feet. This place is called Puff Duff Bluff. Boom bangs around here. This little fellow feels the world's on the edge of blowing itself up. He feels it's inspiring to see someone out there still banging away at it. Claims it's easier to make green by selling bullets than using them. Thinks you've built yourself up into a walking arsenal. He can't wait to see what you do with all that gunpowder. Save the world or help it go kaboom. Says that even boom makers can do some good if they make the right things explode. Just think about the tinks you can destroy with earth-shattering kabooms. What happens next depends on what you blow up. Says that life's kind of like a fuse. Sometimes it does just what you expect, and other times it catches you by surprise. Be careful with what you light up. Wonders what you would do to put that bang back in the bomb. Thought the world was kaboomed, but it looks like something might be growing in its crater. Wonders why you put so much work into making things safer. Can't see why you'd join up with the Myriad. They go around cutting his fuses short. Gotta test things somehow, doesn't he? But enough about you. Says his Muma Grandiosa taught him the secret source of making ammunition. And now that there's an endless need for bangs, business is booming. He was born during the baby boom back in the days, and he was so interested in the family business, he even got nicknamed Boom. He'll take the family secret with him to the grave, which could be any day now, with the world ending and all. Says they really do come in handy for making a point, and a hole too. Of course he doesn't want it, but if the world goes under, he hopes it goes with a bang. But before that, he wants to make the best of the time he's got. Boom says he's always looking for ingredients for ammunition. He has enough sulfur, but he can never get too much charcoal, so if you'll get him some of that, he'll make boom-sploding gunpowder just for you. Glad you're willing to bite on that particular bullet. Let's see. It's another motor juice station running on empty. Who'd leave rubber scrap lying around like that? Stories only survive if someone is listening, so pay attention.